Good morning. I set an alarm so I could watch the sunrise this morning, and then I went back to sleep and didn't set an alarm so I could just kind of like sleep in a little bit. And I'm really excited about that because I'm alone up here and I'm about to eat breakfast with this as my view. So I was gonna cowboy camp last night, but it got really cold and pretty windy, and I was like, screw it, I'll put my tent up. And I am so thankful I put that tent up. Like, more thankful than any other night on this whole trail, because it got freezing cold and the wind was scary. Like, it got so powerful. I mean, I was like kind of right on that ledge. I wasn't very well protected, but like, I just was thinking all night, like, good job, good decision. Like, you would have been miserable in your little just sleeping bag. And it was so windy that it was kicking dirt into my tent. Like, it was like sweeping under, you know, my doors, and like I had dirt all over my face again this morning. That's happened before, but yeah, it was pretty crazy wind, and it's kind of cold. But once I really get moving, I think I should warm up. But I am at 10,600 feet, so it's a bit, you know, colder and windier up here. But yeah, hoping to do 20 miles today. Nothing too extreme, but up here at the elevation, you can definitely feel the lack of oxygen. So doing 20 miles yesterday and 20 miles today, I think are some good goals. So yeah. All right, I've gone 5 miles today, and I'm already gonna take my lunch break because I did get up a bit later, so it's lunchtime. But there's like so many great spots to like chill around here. But I found one with some shade. Probably gonna take a nap. I need to figure out how to repack my bag. I'm gonna try to now fit my beer canister inside because I think I've eaten enough food where I can fit it all. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, because I'm getting really annoyed with the distribution of weight. It's like lopsided and it's just not comfortable. But anyway, I have my ice axe, it's out now, you know, strapped to the side of my pack, and I have it so like the sharp pointy end is facing outward, like not by my arms. But I've already had like a couple instances where I forget that it's there, and I bend down and I scrape myself on it. I actually, like, on the back of this shirt, ripped a hole in it and like scratched my arm. I'm pretty sure like I drew blood. But I sat down here, and within 10 seconds, I stabbed myself twice with the thing. So it's like this ice axe is more dangerous than useful. But I've drawn blood twice. It's not a lot, but I'm a mess. Like, someone needs to take this away from me. So this was the first casualty, and mere seconds later, I did this one. Oh well, what can you do? It'll just blend in with all my dirt. I also cut my finger on my ice axe a few days ago. And then I had that bloody nose, and I got blood all on my shirt. So that's my current life situation. How are you guys doing? So on this episode of Starburst's Lunch, we have 1 tortilla, some hickory smoked tuna. It's half of the tuna because I'm going to make 2 wraps. And then some sriracha, because I found this in a hiker box. We're going to squirt a little bit of that on this. Save the rest for my second wrap. And then, oh, that's not blood, that's sriracha. And then some spicy jalapeno Fritos for some crunch. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the stuff right there. Just a little more. Then I wrapped it into this little burrito and I'm gonna eat it. So I got this water yesterday and I just found that there's a bug in there. So this guy has been in here this whole time. So let's free him. This task has been much more difficult than I thought, but I emptied some water. Now he's climbing out to freedom. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Only you can make your dreams come true. The jet just came like right here. It like took my breath away. Oh gosh, that was so close. Ow, my ears. Oh, I hope it comes back. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrifying. I need earplugs for this. You guys, my video skills are not quick enough for fighter jets, but the jet was literally right there. Like, I could have like thrown a tennis ball at it. It was that low. That hurt my ears really bad. And like scared the crap out of me. Is that allowed? Like, are they allowed to do that? Like, I'm just trying to enjoy myself. That like scared me. Okay, so I'm just sitting here and these two gentlemen walk by and one of them gives me like
That's a peanut butter swirl bar.
Swirl bar. So it's this gentleman here.
Hi there.
This is
Scout.
Scout.
You can do this. See, I'm 66, so I have excuses.
Well, I forgot which one was Frodo and which one was Scout.
It's terrible.
So I didn't stay with Scout and Frodo's when I started the trail.
And
so
that's okay.
That's okay. We're over it.
Because we are destined to meet here.
Right. But his friend Bill was like, "Oh, you clearly don't know who Scout and Frodo is." And I was like, "How does he know?" Or I clearly didn't stay at Scout and Frodo's. I'm like, "How did he know that?" And then it's because this is Scout. So, and he gave me some dessert and a temporary tattoo. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna be styling. And I was just about to eat my Butterfinger, but he came along at the perfect time.
A little bit better, a little bit nicer.
Yes. Yeah.
You look like you're having a great day.
What an eventful lunch break. I was completely by myself for hours and hours, and then that whole jet thing happened and scared me half to death. And then I got the honor of meeting Scout from Scout and Frodo's. So if you don't know who they are, they're like legendary trail angels. They live near Campo. I don't know exactly where, but like in San Diego or something. But most hikers actually stay at Scout and Frodo's the night before they start the PCT. And then Scout and Frodo have both hiked the trail. He just told me they hiked in 2007. This is before I knew who he was. And then him and his friend are just doing a small Sobo section. But yeah, they've hiked before. I feel like I've heard the rumor that Scout has the second ever like PCT finisher, like medal or pin or something. I could be making that up. Or he has some kind of one of the original PCT pins or something like that. Because I don't know why he has it, but it's just something cool, I guess. But yeah, I guess I've just heard the most amazing things about him and his wife along this trail. I mean, it's just like nonstop. People know who Scout and Frodo are. I know who they are, even though I've never met them. But I've just heard that they just, they just provide so much for hikers, and they shuttle them to and from the southern terminus. And his friend Bill that was here helps shuttle hikers and give rides and everything. And I just heard just like how they open up their home and give food, and it's just amazing. And I guess they donate a lot of money to the PCTA. Like, they're very involved, and that was just really incredible to meet him and his friend. And it's funny because, you know, I had no idea, and he actually was commenting on all my colors because all my clothes are out right now because I'm going to repack my bag. So he's like, wow, you are very colorful. I was like, yeah. He goes, my wife would love that. Can I please take a picture of you? And I was like, sure. So when he was taking my picture, his friend Bill was like, so I'm guessing you didn't stay at Scout and Frodo's. And I was like, that was kind of a random thing to say. And I'm like, how would you know that? And then he's like, well, because this is Scout. And I was like, what? Hi. So glad that I got to like at least meet one half of the team. But it was just really cool. That made my day. And he gave me like this chocolate peanut butter swirl thing. And it was perfect timing because I just eaten lunch and I needed a dessert. So I ate that instead. And then he gave me this little tattoo that I'm going to put on later when I'm next to a water source. But just really great people. The trail is just so magical. So before I knew who he was, not like it matters, but we were talking about the trail, and just he was like, you just look like you're having an incredible time. He just kept saying that. And he was like, you know what? I'm not kidding you. No lie. You know, I did the trail in 2007, and I can remember details about every single day of that 5 months. And I get it, and it's really hard to explain. Every day out here, there's so many like vivid memories and emotions and feelings and experiences that I haven't had outside of this. And I am making these daily videos to help myself remember those feelings and emotions, but I don't know how hard it's gonna be to remember all of that without the videos. Like I can think about like, oh, that day, you know, I was in Julian, and I can think about me hiking in and then me hiking out, and I can remember specifically like how I was feeling, what was going on. And yeah, Scout was just, you know, saying the same thing. Like, go ask anybody about a certain 5-month period of their life and ask them to describe emotions from every day of that, or even half of those days, and it's gonna be very hard to do. But out here on trail, it's like we can pick out any single day and know exactly what happened, how we felt, the people that we met, all of that. And it's just the most interesting feeling and concept. I don't know, it's hard to put into words, but I'm just very thankful that I'm getting to experience this, and that I'm meeting people who understand what I am experiencing, because a lot of it is like, there's no words to describe it. But you meet someone who's done a thru hike or something like this, and it's just, you immediately are bonded because you've been through things that no other person has, and it's really hard to explain. It's not like you just go on a 3-day backpacking trip. Out here, it's just, it's wild, you guys. And I don't mean to keep rambling on and rant, but I was actually thinking today that, you know, it's the middle of June, and I don't remember what day exactly it was last year, but it was sometime in June when I went to my boss and I said, hey, like, I'm thinking about thru hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. Like, what do you think about that? You know, how would that work and all of that? And it's just crazy. I was sitting on a rock, like, resting, and I just got the biggest smile on my face because, like, basically exactly a year ago, I had no idea what was in store for me. I didn't even think that maybe I'd get this far, or that maybe I'd even actually go through with it. I don't know, but it's just crazy to me that this all started just because I had some thoughts and daydreams about it, and then I just like went and talked to my boss before I could talk myself out of it, and here I am. So I don't know, you guys, if you're having those same kinds of thoughts about wanting to get out, it doesn't have to be a thru hike, it could be other things, but like, just just go for it. Just go for it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Just go for it. I did it. It was the best decision I've made in a very long time. And yeah, you can't trade these kinds of memories for anything in the world. Literally. So yeah, just kind of reflecting a bit and just loving every single minute of this. Yeah, but now I get to do the fun part of trying to pack up my pack. Hoping to get my bear canister inside this time. If not, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. I don't want that thing on top of my pack anymore. Success, I did it. No more bear canister on top. My pad's on top now. My bear canister is in my pack. I did it by, shoving all my food and then like some other various things in the bear canister, and then I undid my sleeping bag from the stuff sack and just wrapped the bear canister around my, or wrapped the sleeping bag around the bear canister so it has like some cushion, so it's not like pressing into my spine, but it's still heavy, but it makes a little bit more sense. Look who I spotted. I keep getting closer. So I was just filtering water and I cleaned my cold soak jar, which I never use, and I had it drying out over here. And I went over there to put some couscous in it and some water so I can have dinner ready by the time I got to camp. And there was like little chipmunks playing in it, on it, like dragged my lid elsewhere. So I can't use the jar anymore because who knows what kinds of diseases they have. Maybe I'm immune to them, but I'm not gonna take the risk. So that's that. I'll have to get a new Talentini jar in Bishop, which means I get to eat some more ice cream. But I have my couscous in a Ziploc bag that I found in a hiker box, and there was like other stuff in it that I dumped out. So I don't even know what it was, so it kind of smells funky because it's like my couscous and then whatever else was in the Ziploc bag. But I'm just gonna cold soak it in that, and it should be fine. So. I think I am going to camp at, it's called Chicken Spring Lake. That'll only put me like 15 miles today, but I heard it's a really nice place to camp at and there's water and everything, and then it'll actually break my day up better for tomorrow. So yeah, almost there. I think like 0.6 miles, a little bit of elevation. Today's actually, well, right now specifically, is the highest I've been on the PCT. Not like in that way, but I'm camping at 11,100 and some change. So we're up pretty high and my lungs can definitely feel it, but this fresh air feels so good. The water from that stream back there tastes so fresh because it's literally just snow melt. So feeling really happy being up here. Such a different contrast to the desert, but both are beautiful. They just both have their different, characteristics. just like you. I'm so cold. I decided to cowboy camp, but I'm freezing. It's getting windy. Pretty good spot though.